Hi everybody and welcome to the Walker's Guide, and today you join us on a nice cold day in January and we're about to go out for a walk, but Martin and I are a bit worried because it's chilly we're going to get cold hands. Now we could wear gloves. Martin can't because he's got to control the camera and do twiddly things. I don't like wearing gloves, to be quite frank, so hand warmers. What different types are there? How good are they? And which ones do we suggest you go for? Well, there's 5 different types we're going to look at. We're going to start off with the one-use disposable. We're going to also look at the multiple-use gel type in this little funky bag. We're going to look at flammable types, ones that burn charcoal sticks. And the newcomer to the party, the fancy electric. Each have their own place. These disposable ones are cheap, but you can only use them once. You get 2 in a pack, and a pack of 5 packs is a £5. So you get 10 for £5, that makes them 50p each. These gel type, you snap a little disc in the corner, they get hot. These are about £4.50 each, but they're usable about 1,000 times. This type doesn't work on its own. We need to add something. Lighter fluid. Once we fill it up, it'll burn for about 3 or 4 hours. Oh yeah, and we also need a lighter. This type burns a charcoal stick, like these. These are about £25 for our lighter fluid one. These are about £8 for our charcoal stick version. And finally we have our electric. This one is about 15 to 20 quid. Plug it into your house, charge it up, take it out, heats up. It's also usable as a power bank. So if you need to recharge your phone, it'll do that. The way we're going to test these is as such. We're going to start off by opening them, lighting them, setting them off, and then we're going to use a little thermometer, and after 3 minutes we're going to see how hot they are. We're then going to go and do a walk, and after about an hour we're going to test them again and see how hot they are at that point, because it's all well and good if they're really warm at 3 minutes, but I want to keep my hands toasty for the entirety of my walk. So let's have a look at how we get each one of these going. Let's start with our disposable. This is a one use, up to 10 hours so they say, and all you've got to do is tear here, and that's now activating. It literally uses the oxygen in the air to start heating up. And let's move on to our next version. So we'll pop that bag there so we don't forget which one it is. Our gel pack. These are really simple. You look for the little metal disc in the corner, there it is, and snap it. It becomes a tough gel, and as it goes, we knead it, and that will produce the warmth as we go. It's an exothermic reaction, which is a great word. When you get home and you've used it, you pop it inside a piece of fabric, a little bag, and you put it in boiling water and boil it up for about 5 to 10 minutes till it goes back to a liquid. Our next one needs a bit of work, and we'll start with our charcoal stick version. Now these ones I've used a huge number of times. I didn't buy new ones just for this test. I did buy new sticks though. And these are sticks of compressed charcoal. Solid fuel for our heat hand warmer. And all you do is take a lighter and warm the end. It takes a few seconds, especially in the wind, but you'll soon get a nice little char going on. A couple of puffs of air, and that's ready to pop in the case, close it and heat it up. So next up we've got to do our petrol version, our lighter fluid. We take off the top. This is a little wick in it that doesn't burn the fuel with a flame. It just makes it has a catalyst in it, and it makes it burn without a flame. So we're going to fill up. Once you've filled it up, all you're then going to do is take your lighter again and ignite the wick. Give it a few seconds to allow the heat to get through. Pop on the cap, and then it'll be ready to go. And finally, the easiest one of the lot. This needs no work, really. In this version, you press the button on the top once. It'll tell you how much percentage the battery's got. This has got 100%. Press and hold, and it will start heating up. We can pick between two temperatures on this, 45 degrees or 55 degrees. In interest of a fair test, I've gone with 45 degrees. Now we're going to give them all 3 minutes, and we'll test with the thermometer gauge how hot they are. Right, so let's have a look at what temperatures we're talking. So we started off with our one-use disposable hand warmer, and that's given us, at the moment, about 20 degrees. So that's not great. That's been about 3 minutes, and we've got 20 degrees. Let's have a look at our gel pack. After 3 minutes, we're already talking about 40 degrees. So that's double the heat. Next up is our charcoal stick. We've closed the pack, so it's not going to be hot yet, but this bit on the back here is where the charcoal stick was connecting to. So we'll just see what it's like just there. And at that point, we're talking 32 degrees. So that's not bad, really. Still hotter than our disposable, but not as hot yet as our gel pack. Next up, our Peacock lighter fluid burner, and we are at we are having a problem with this. This is a ultrasonic. This is a laser thermometer. The problem is this is shiny, so it's not picking up the heat right. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pop it inside this fabric bag, and that should give us a better reading. There we go, about 30 degrees, which is what I expected. The reason for it was giving us a lower temperature is it was just reflecting everything that was coming out back at the gun, so it couldn't actually get a fair reading. And finally, I don't actually need to use a thermometer for this because it tells me it's at 45 degrees, but let's just double check that. And it says 45 degrees, it's actually closer to 25. Which is a bit disappointing, but still 30 degrees, 25, 30 degrees is better. In fact, no, it even tells me, look, I pressed the button, telling me it's at 35 degrees, which is quite good considering as the thermometer tells me it's about 30, 35 degrees. So, there are our heat packs. We've now got a walk to do, and in 1 hour's time, we're all going to have, me and Martin are going to have one each in our pockets, our trouser pockets and everywhere else. In an hour's time, we'll test them again and see how hot they are. My money is on this being the hottest and still hot. This will probably be cold by that point because they do go cold after a while. This will probably still be warm. The nice thing about the charcoal stick over all the others is in order to get heat again, all I've got to do is put a new charcoal stick in. It's instantaneously reusable. With the lighter fluid version, I've got to let it cool down before I can refuel it, and I means carrying a bottle of lighter fluid. With the hot hands, it goes in the bin, and obviously with the electric, I've got to put it in the car or the mains to charge it back up. So that's what I think is going to happen. I'm going with this one will still be hot, this one will be hot, the lighter fluid will be hot, this will be the first one to go cold. We know that it's got about an hour's life. But let's see. Right, Martin, let's go for a walk. Okay, so it's been about an hour, so it's time to check our temperatures. Well, not mine and Martin's temperatures, they're fairly cold, but the temperatures of our heat pack. So we'll start off with our disposable, and Martin's had these in his pocket and he said they took a while to get going. And now it's been about an hour, we are kicking out about 35 degrees. Not wonderful, but enough that it's at body temperature, it'll keep you warm, it'll warm your fingers up. Next up, like at the start, we've got our gel pack. This one is unfortunately going from, as a start, about 40 degrees. It's now only reading about 23 degrees. So it's lost most of its heat. That's the problem with these gel packs. They only last about an hour, but they give you an hour of good heat. So if you're only doing an hour-long walk, perfect. Next up, the charcoal stick. And unfortunately, this one's reading about 15 degrees. It's cold. And the reason is quite simple. The flame went out. The charcoal stopped burning. This could be because it's getting older, because I've had this one for about 8 years. It could be the charcoal stick's no good. It may have got wet. It may just be a bit rubbish. That's the problem with these charcoal stick types. If the charcoal's not burning well, and I left the lighter in the Land Rover to make it a fair test, they're no good. The one that has kept my pocket lovely, this is the shiny silver that I've had to put in a little bag because of reflectivity. This is our lighter fluid burner. So we'll just test it through the bag. This is sitting at a lovely 36-ish degrees, 38, 40 degrees. So lovely and toasty to keep your body nice and warm. If I'm going for a long couple of days camping, walking, hiking, this is what I'm taking. Finally, our electric, which tells me it's at 44 degrees. Thermometer is telling me it's closer to 40 on the front and 40 on the back. So it's been an hour. The gel packs basically run out. The disposables are just about there, giving out some heat. The charcoal burner failed. The lighter fluid burner, however, is lovely and warm, and our electric is going well. That's the end of our test. It's non-scientific. Don't go, oh, well, you said this and therefore that. No. This is just us having a look at a few different types. What would I use if I went away? Or if I was going for a day's walk? Well, I'll be quite honest, I won't use these, the disposable. Although, yes, in theory, they're biologically sound. It's got like some chemicals in it that rust effectively. I don't like the one use. I open it, plastic packet, throw the packet away, and then I've got this little unmarked sachet. I don't like that. That's not how I like things. I like things to be reusable. If I'm doing a couple of hours, I might take a couple of these. I've actually got another one all ready to go in my pocket. The gel packs are great, and this pack is about 10 years old. I didn't buy new ones for this test. I'm using ones I've already got. So 10 years, can be used about 1,000 times. £5, £6 for two often versus 50p a use. This works out at half a penny a use if you say it's a fiver. These, although this time it's failed, normally I'd carry a lighter and relight it. This one's failed. I've actually got 3 of these because I use them so often. But they work when you get decent sticks. Ongoing cost though of those charcoal sticks. However, if you do get halfway through a walk and you've not finished a stick, you can always just break it off and just use the new section, the half section again. Finally, we come to my favourite one. Now, I'll let you into a little secret with this one. Don't tell everyone. I bought this at a charity shop for £2.50. £2.50. Yeah, lighter fluid is about £5 a tin, but you use very, very little. That £5 tin of lighter fluid is still about a half full, and I've been using this for 6 years. Every winter it goes out 4 or 5 times. The main problem with this, once it's lit, it's lit. It's very hard to put out. So don't overfill it. Use it, pop it in your pocket, but it gets some decent heat. You have to put it in a little case, otherwise it gets too hot. And finally, the newest one of the bunch. I actually bought this one for this video. This is the electric. It costs about £15 for this one. It's a no name off of a well-known river website. And it works. I've used it a few times walking the dog, and in my tests, walking the dog, at 45 degrees, it lasts about 3.5 to 4 hours, and then it has to be recharged. Charged on USB-C, which is nice because that's what my phone charges on. And you can use it as a power bank. So if you're out for an afternoon's walk, yes. This one I will take if I'm doing a day walk, i.e. I'm walking during the day and going home. If I'm going away for a weekend, then it's the petrol burner, the lighter fluid burner, because I can use it and the next day fill it up again. If it's a cold day, light it, and off I go. If I'm giving it to a child to use, then I'll be honest, it's going to be one of these, because it doesn't get too hot. If it's someone I don't like very much, then it'll probably be these, because as Martin was quite happy to say, they took flipping ages to get going. After 3 minutes they had no heat. It took about 30 minutes before they started giving out heat. They're meant to last for 10 hours. So maybe if you're going fishing and you just want to warm your fingers slightly, they might be good. But that's all for today. So thank you for joining us for this test on heat packs and a little overview. If you've got any comments or questions, or you have a different type of heat pack you might like us to look at, put a comment below and maybe we'll look at it next winter. If you make heat packs and you think, oh, actually, you should have tested these, again, let us know. If there's something else you want us to look at, again, comment box is there for you. But other than that, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Walker's Guide. Come on then.